Hi Stampers, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Nancy Novak from stampinshout.com, and today is day 2 of our Winter Owls video series. But we're not just doing winter. Yesterday we made a fall card, and today we're going to make a Halloween card. So this is a bundle, so it has a stamp set and coordinating dies. These are all the dies that it comes with, and we're going to use a couple of new ones today, but this die set cuts out all of the owls, 3 different owls, and it also cuts out this pretty owl that we did yesterday with these pretty wings. So if you haven't seen yesterday's video, at the end of this one, there'll be a link. You can click on that and go watch the replay. Also has a couple of branches, which we're going to use this week, and a little circle. So it's really a versatile set. And like I said, it's not just winter. You can use it for all seasons. So let's get started with today's card. So it's a Halloween card. And we're going to use the owl and the little tree die, and we embossed it. And we're going to use a couple of other elements that we haven't used. So let me show you. Let's do the stamping first. And here's my supplies. So I have a base of black, and I have white for the inside. I have white for the front, and then I have 3 strips that I cut out. And I cut one out in white, gorgeous grape, and granny apple green. Lemon lime twist would also work great with this card. Or if you wanted, not orange, because we're going to put orange there. But whatever, these are Halloween colors, so I thought that would be really cool looking on here. But like I said, we're going to do our stamping first. So let me bring in a scrap for our owl and some Memento black ink and the owl stamp. Very, very pretty. A lot of detail on him. He's very cute. I like this owl. Then we're going to bring in some lemon or granny apple green. And these stamps that I used for the boo are from the Alpha Best stamp set. So it has all of these images, and it comes with the punch. So let me show you how to do that. So I just pulled out the letters B, O, and O, and it also comes with little images, if you saw these here. So I'm using this one right there, and I'm going to go ahead and ink that up in Memento ink. So I want to tell you something about using this punch. So here's the punch, and I know that I want the, when I punch this out, I want to be able to just kind of easily go down like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp in a vertical line, and that way it'd be really easy to punch out. So I stamped 3 of the images, and now I'm going to stamp my letters. And now I can bring in my punch and punch them out. So that's the tip for using this punch. You want to stamp vertically, so then it's really easy to get your punch wherever you need it to be. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in a scrap of black, and we're going to cut out the tree trunk, and we're going to cut out the owl. Okay, so here's our tree trunk. Cuts out that cute little hole right in the middle of it, and there's our owl. So the next thing I want to cut out is our pumpkin, and let me show you how I did that. So these dies are from the Ringed with Nature bundle, and it comes with a stamp set, it comes with an embossing folder, and it comes with the dies. So what I did was I took out the dies, and see, it's one big piece, but I only wanted this little circle here for my pumpkin. So I just cut out a scrap. And the way this works is this fits right, the die fits right inside the embossing folder. And you know you have it right because it kind of clicks in its spot, clicks in place. So then I took my little scrap and I put it right over the circle that I wanted, and I cut it out. And what that's going to do is it's going to cut out the shape, and it's going to give it texture all at once. So let me do that real quick. So that is our little pumpkin. It's going to be our little pumpkin anyway. So it's got texture on it. And then earlier I also cut out from that same set a little tiny stem for our pumpkin. So now we can put everything together. Nope, we got one more thing to do, sorry. What we're going to do for the front is we're going to do a little embossing. So these pieces are going to eventually lay on our white piece. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the embossing folder over here so I can show you. And I'm going to line all three of these up. This is the textile or the distressed tiles embossing folder. So I'm going to put all three of them in there, close this up, and run it through the machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have texture on our three strips. Now I'm going to glue it to a little bit of a base. I didn't want to just put these right on here like that. I decided to glue them on a base instead. So I texturized them first with the embossing folder. Now I'm going to glue them onto this white piece. So the reason I wanted to glue it onto a base is because I'm going to tie a ribbon around here. So if I would have glued the strips right to there, I wouldn't have been able to tie that ribbon around. So let me bring in my black and white gingham. And before I do that, I might change this up a little bit. So I just want to kind of look at my card and see if I want to change where I put that little bow. And I do. I think I'm going to put that bow right across the middle of that purple. So let me show you how I did that. All I did was take a little piece of ribbon, and then I taped it on the back. Make sure I have it where I want it to be. And then I took a little bit more ribbon, and I just kind of tied a little knot here. I didn't make it a full-fledged bow. Kind of like that. And then I can glue this onto the front of my card. For the pumpkin, I just put a little glue dot on the little stem and attached it to my pumpkin. Just like that. And the tree trunk has a lot of little cuts in it, so I didn't want to glue it, so I attached glue dots to the back of that also. Now I can bring in my letters and my pumpkin and my owl, and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of all of those. So I'm going to put my owl right in the front of my little tree, just like that. And the pumpkin down at the bottom. And then my letters. Okay, so there is your Halloween card made with the Winter Owl set. Pretty cool, huh? Isn't that pretty? I just love it. So for the inside, I'm going to find a happy Halloween, or I'm going to write some kind of note. I usually send these to my nieces and nephews, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do exactly yet. But isn't that pretty? I do like the bow up here in the middle. It kind of takes up that space. So hope you liked today's Halloween card. Let me know. Leave your comments. All the supplies, measurements, and shopping links will be on my blog. You can just scroll down to where it says Project Sheet, and then all the information will be there. I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday and Friday at noon with Christmas cards. So don't be shy. Stamp and shout.